Hey everyone, I'm Rather Coherent, and today we're back with Operation Radioactive Justice. It's going to be one of the easier missions we've seen recently, I think, because it's an infiltration, only moderate difficulty, it's a resistance computer hack. Honestly, not that bad. It's going to give us almost enough intel to contact another region. Very sad about that, we're one short. In terms of sit reps, we don't start with concealment, but we're all wearing disguises, so we totally do. However, Exalt is here, and while they are terrifying, they're also loot pinatas, so I'm kind of looking forward to it. Looking at the squad, we've got Shrapnel Flurry, our Sergeant A-Team Combat Engineer, Gothic Toaster, Sergeant A-Team Marine, Seething Orca, one of our better medics, Wayward Traveler, one of our better assaults. And then filling out the squad, we have our Corporal Marine Thunder Golem, our Corporal Skirmisher Guilty Chimera, and then a couple of squaddies, our Sapper Titanium Mayhem, and our Tech Spec Doll Eyes. The squad's a little bit on the weak side. These Doll Eyes and Guilty Chimera and Thunder Golem really aren't going to be doing that much. But it's actually a pretty balanced team. We have a second Marine instead of a Marksman, our 8th class is Skirmisher. And I'm looking forward to trying out Skirmisher more. I've given him a basic scope, a basic speed loader, and a dragon rounds. He's got a lot more going for him than he previously had. I'm hoping that maybe the weapon attachments and the ammo will help him do his job better. I'm kind of worried and expecting them not to, but I do want to play with Skirmishers and other classes that I don't like and don't think are good, and give myself a chance to be proven wrong. Aside from that, we're basically looking at frag grenades on everyone because civilian disguises only have one item slot. The exception here being I've got a tricked out mag cannon from Exalt on Gothic Toaster, and a singular flashbang on Thunder Golem. But aside from that, everyone's working with base gear, so let's get in there and see what happens. I feel like I've been in the sewers for so long, man. Everyone's got individual concealment, which can be kind of awkward, to be honest. This is our first mission, by the way, with changes to peak concealment. We've increased everyone's bonus detection range from 1 to 2 to try to counteract it a little bit more. Have less goofy things happening where I'm dancing around right on top of them, but I think those will still happen because it's really more about line of sight than detection range. Still, though, it's nice to have some counterbalance to the amount of leniency we get with peak concealment. Nothing seen on Doll Eyes. Seething Orca will just be sprinting forward. I think we're all just piling in. We're not going to see anyone this round. I should probably check where the objective is. Actually pretty close to us. We're going to want to swing left or right. We don't want to fight in the corner where we're going to see everyone. I'm going to go up to here with Guilty Chimera, get a look down this alley, see nothing. Going to move here. It's the furthest I can move on Titanium Mayhem. Still nothing. Feeling like we're just completely safe to full sprint forward this turn and can't possibly be caught, so I'll be doing just that on everyone else. We've seen enough to know we're safe. And let's see what happens next turn. There's got to be aliens somewhere in the sewer. Oh, Exalt's coming in.
Looks like they called in backup.
So even though I started with everyone in concealment, the game said you don't have concealment on this mission, so we're still dropping reinforcements immediately, which is kind of funny. In that case, we sort of need to come this way and take a look at what Exalt is doing. Or what the aliens are doing, rather. First up, I'm blue moving to here with Shrapnel Flurry. Now, I'm going to move to here and see what's going on with the aliens. We still don't see aliens. Something I think will be important for us is to get people in both positions around the door. I say it's important as I find out that we literally can't do it, which is a little bit sad. We're going to be sprinting hard towards Exalt, trying to get a position on them to fight them next turn, I think.
Already there.
Because there's no way to do it this turn, unfortunately. So yeah, we're just all moving this way because we have to go deal with Exalt and don't really have alternatives. This is the best position I can take here. All the way up to the railing here. This is a weird one. We're just sprinting in concealment at an active drop that's coming again because we don't have an alternative. Alright, we've got soldiers near the objective, not a surprise. Is that a 6-man squad or are there clones? Okay, yeah, there's only 4. There's not actually 6 of them. So, did they spot anyone? Wait, do they get their turn? Alright, you have a skirmisher leading a pod over here. Looks like a bunch of normal troopers, nothing too scary. We have a purifier to blow up. If these guys are active and take their turn, I'm gonna be very upset. Okay, the ordering made it look like that. I'm a little surprised. Oh, it's half cover. He doesn't get the step-up flank. This is with +2 to detection ranges? I've actually loaded back into my strategy layer and tried to figure it out. The civilian disguise, I feel like lowers your detection radius, but it doesn't say anything about that here. So the reason that I'm checking what the civilian disguise does, and the reason I'm so certain that it has a massive concealment radius buff, or a detection radius debuff to these guys rather, is because they only see 4 tiles away. And I literally just increased the buff that they get from peek from detection, or peek from concealment rather. Now, this is still so low that I kind of wonder if peek from concealment's not working. I'm gonna do some mod testing for that after the episode. But for now, I'm just gonna move on with my life. And figure out what the hell you do on this situation. I can blue move bug Thunder Golem to here. And the reason that could be relevant is if I get everyone forward. Guilty Chimera has to go somewhere. It looks like he can make it to the top. No, he'll pull on the first pod. Because Guilty Chimera is too cool for a civilian disguise. Oh, that's what it was. It wasn't that they dropped anyway. So Guilty Chimera is a skirmisher and refused to wear a disguise. That was the issue. We can still play with the intent to not trigger this turn. We just have to make sure that Guilty Chimera is not going to mess it up for us. And he's not. He can move to here. Next, we need to blue move. Actually, first we need to move Shrapnel Flurry. And route her up here like this. And then we can blue move bug with Thunder Golem to get here without using our yellow move, I think. Yeah. And we've cut line of sight that pod entirely now. Now, Titanium Mayhem's only gonna get 1 shot anyway. If we think we've got a kill on Flora Walsh, it's gonna be safe to move up here. If we don't, we've created a very bad spot for ourselves because, oh, she doesn't have line of sight. That's probably for the worst because we would like to have line of sight there. It might be the case that we're just moving Titanium Mayhem up here to take a flank shot. Oh, they've got corner cover there. There's only 1 spot for it. I can move here and drop a grenade. Dealing with Flora is going to be very, very hard this turn. I think I'm definitely going to drop a defensive mine here, but I should see what classes these guys are. This guy is a skirmisher. You're looking like a psionic. You've got Soulfire and Stasis. Over here we have an assault. They've got Slash. That's scary. And looking at you, you're going to be their sniper, I think? Actually, I don't know that that is a sniper rifle. It's got a bipod on it, but it looks very shotgun-y to me. I think that's just the Exalt model, though. I don't think anyone else can really get up here. Actually, we're going to reveal ourselves this turn. It doesn't matter, as long as Doll Eyes doesn't pull any Fog of War, which she won't. So I should be able to deal with all of this turn, I think. It's really going to depend on whether or not Titanium Mayhem has the grenade I thought he did from here. Alright, he does. I forgot to throw my defensive mine like I said I was going to do, though. I can still get it to here. That destroys potentially my own full cover, so I'm not happy about it. But there's a lot of health to shoot through. I'm going to have to take this defensive mine. Next, we're going to take this grenade and blow out the cover of Flora Welsh. Come on, I believe. There we go. Oh, that didn't actually hit her corner cover. It's fine. The flank position is the one that's still open. Oh, we seem to have skipped some steps on that grenade, but okay. Next, we can move up Doll Eyes to here. And this kill's looking a lot less guaranteed than I thought it was with 7 health left. 100%, but never killing, unfortunately. If I high roll with a crit, I can kill. Well, I just have to avoid the low roll, right? So 40% basically. That's not how it works. 2/3 of 40%. Don't lie to yourself. It's like a 28%, something like that. Thunder Golem has point blank here, but it's not accurate at all because of the angle. There's full cover here ruining the point blank, and this one's just too far away, so Thunder Golem's just taking a shot that isn't even very good. You know, I thought this was going to be like a clean solution to the problems I have, but I'm looking at the pieces I have on the board, and they just don't fix it. Seething Orca is definitely going to move up to this location. Because I want to block off this line of sight as much as possible. I want to make them actually run towards me.
I guess that'll be okay.
And I'm going to drop a frag grenade with Seething Orca. Yeah, you spotted me. You were going to spot me either way because I'm doing this. I just need to fix that problem. You need to go away. Next, Wayward Traveler. The best thing he's going to do is blow up this high cover, even though it's cover that I kind of do want for myself. If I can high roll this damage and drop him to 4 health, then we're going to be great. Unfortunately, at 5, it's a damage roll to kill him with the mine, so I still have to commit some damage here. We're at 87 there, 100 on point blank. Wasted the mine, as always. Oh, what? Oh, spec op stasis. Well, when you get back up, you're gonna go right back down. Next, the only shot I've got on my skirmisher is here. Let's take it, 72%. Very nice. I think that's another spec op stasis. Well, I don't have anything to do but shoot them, I guess. Shrapnel Flurry could drop another grenade. Take this one on Dixon to break his cover. Potentially I'm dropping myself when I do that, though. I'm very worried about that possibility. And potentially I'm not even destroying his cover as well. I might just move Shrapnel Flurry to break the flank here. I'm going to finish off these people with Toaster. At least the one on the left that's not already dead to the mine. Yeah, he just dropped his combat ship, it looks like. And next, I can suppress somebody. I'll go for this guy in the back. Mitigate my threats a little bit. Nothing I can do except shoot Flora Walsh here. And that tells me where this grenade actually needs to go. We need to take out Flora Welsh. I keep alternating between Welsh and Walsh on her name. And that gives Doll Eyes the guaranteed kill. If the one on top of the defensive mine so much as dares to move, they're dead. The other one's disoriented and suppressed. The Advent pod is probably here. They hunkered, that's fine. Is this person already evacing? No. Now, they are here. The question is who's seeing them. Allegedly, no one can actually see this pod. I don't know why I've sighted them. Maybe because they're kind of near the objective. With them here, it's possible that moving out could actually give line of sight. Thunder Golem is going to very much want to be on the other side of this cover in a hot second. So if I can blow out this cover, that would be very helpful. Do I even have a sapper on the team? I should. It is Titanium Mayhem's job. He's only got one grenade left. Does Doll Eyes have a grenade? She does. Unfortunately, this man is untouchable by grenades in my current position. I could move to here and see if I can just drop a grenade over the edge. I can also just drop down here and guarantee that I have the shot. I don't like giving up high ground on Doll Eyes, but it's fine. Yeah, we can do this, blow out his cover, and get him ready to be shot by other people. One of the mods I have installed is Hunker Down Fix. In the base game, Hunker Down gives you the bonus damage, or bonus defense rather, even if you're being flanked. And as you can see here, Hunker chance plus 30%, because on defense, they still have that Hunker modifier. Which makes no sense, because the cover they're hunkered behind doesn't exist. I've just realized this is able to pull. I really hope it doesn't. It didn't. I'm going to take my second point blank here then. I don't think I need to. This has a 66% to kill. It could miss. I'm going to take the point blank here. It's fine. It feels a little bit wasteful, but I might never get a chance to use it again. And I really don't want to commit any more resources this turn. Here, I'm going to take the shot and then reload, I guess. May as well keep the mine up if I can. Yeah, you could say so. Titanium Mayhem, I'm going to drop to here so I can repossession aggressively for grenades next turn. But this turn, I'm just using it to take the shot. She's untouchable. Seething Orca's just a medic. Somebody landed 80%. Let me keep these shotgun overwatches, please. She's invincible. Reload. Come on, Toaster. I should be stacking the XP on you anyway. There we go. Now here I'm going to Overwatch. Here I'm going to Overwatch. Those shotgun overwatches will do work when they run into us this turn. They might scatter onto the mine. They might have a stun lancer who runs through it. Their pod got really split up somehow and then teleported together, so it's fine. Very nice. 6 damage on the pod leader. No line of sight on my assault, unfortunately. So we've got Skirmisher on the right, dead to Shotgun Ship already. Stun Lancer here, don't like that. Purifier Trooper. The Purifier is probably a low priority based on what they've done in the past. Gatling Trooper way in the back, and Advent Trooper here. Let's see who's where, what we can do. All I've got is a line to the Stun Lancer. Sounds like somebody should fix that with a grenade. You've also got lines to these troops. Titanium Mayhem, can you hop the bridge? You can. I'm going to move Titanium Mayhem down to here. It might be better to put him further up. I'm going to move here. If I'm understanding the way it's worked previously, yes, step outs cannot be blocked in XCOM 2, unlike in XCOM 1, so I'm still leaning up for the angle here. That's good. Now, this character really wants to go stab somebody that would be otherwise hard to deal with. A great candidate is this Advent Trooper threatening a flank. I'm going to move to here. Going to move all the way back here. In fact, I might want to route around differently and come in like this. That way I know that I've pulled any fog of war that's getting pulled this turn. For some reason, it's trying to move me somewhere else to stab him. And now when I route like this, I can stab from where I wanted to. Whatever, take it. This is going to let us know if anyone else is going to be pulled this turn as our first action, basically. No one else is joining this turn as long as we don't move forward too much. Pop back into full cover here with Wayward. Titanium Mayhem's up next. We're going to launch this grenade, take out the cover for these characters. The Advent Trooper's actually probably safe unless he takes the full 4, because I think that cover's indestructible, but it still kills the Stun Lancer, which is super important for us. Nice high roll, Titanium. Next up, Skirmisher. You have a very limited line of sight this turn. Take out the Stun Lancer. Very nice. Limited line of sight? Nonsense. Get up top. To somebody that actually has cover, though. We have heat stacked up for once. We can get a shot on that Purifier, that's it. I can also just chuck a grenade down here to kill that guy. Pretty sure I have other options for it, though. I actually don't have a shotgun available. What a weird... Wait, no, there's Shrapnel Flurry. Never mind. I'm gonna drop Shrapnel Flurry here to the full cover to get eyes on the Advent Skirmisher. Knock him out with a chip shot. This pod has been getting managed nicely so far. We're down to just the Gatling Trooper and the Purifier. I don't want to spend resources here that I don't have to, so I'm just going to take my low odd shots here with Guilty Chimera, and as well with Thunder Golem. Thunder Golem's probably just suppressing the guy after this, but it's an easy solution to a problem. I was expecting to deal at least a little bit of damage to him, but that's fine. Oh, whoops. I guess I do want that on, but that wasn't what I meant to do. I could also suppress the Gatling Trooper instead. He's probably more of a threat, but looking at where we're at, we're stacked a little bit. The Gatling Trooper is probably going to miss a shot. Most of my soldiers are in full cover. Here, we're going to move Toaster over, take a shot at that Purifier. Nothing else we can do in this position. Oh, alright. I forgot she had a weapon that could deal 6 damage. I thought she still had, like, the basic 3 to 5 assault rifle, which is 4 to 6 now anyway, so it could still high roll, but yeah, definitely should have done that first and not wasted my suppression on the wrong target. Gonna move up to here to the full cover on Dull Eyes, just get moving forward. 22 to kill versus Overwatch to keep him further back. I guess I'll Overwatch. And I'll move forward here on Seething Orca, I guess, just get involved. Move further up because next time a pod comes running, which will be pretty soon with all this noise. What? Oh, these guys. Well, that's still not good, but it's okay. I thought we pulled the other pod. Missed the Overwatch, actually had terrible odds. Gatling Trooper is actually grouping up with the other people, making my job easier. There's another Stun Lancer we need to deal with, but we don't have good line of sight this turn. Alright, this is kind of a nightmare situation in terms of fog of war. If this were a solid wall, I'd be perfectly fine. But because I know there's a pod here-ish somewhere, I can't move right. But also, like, nobody has eyes on this Stun Lancer. Do they? I've got eyes down here. If I can't kill this stun lancer, then I basically just have to double stack mines here and pull back. And then the result will be that the stun lancer has to run through the mines, killing himself to do anything, so he'll probably do that. I would really like to kill that stun lancer, though. I can move forward, seething Orca to get another shot here. Titanium Mayhem can move forward and get a shot here. I forgot to give this guy a shotgun when I sent him out. No wonder I felt like we were low on shotguns. Toaster is never getting line of sight this turn, and moving that way is sketchy as hell. Probably won't pull, but I'm still terrified of it. Doll Eyes should get line of fire. Having seen the third pod over here on a moderate mission, I know I was recently saying I shouldn't be making these assumptions, but I feel like it might be safe to head out this way. Does the slash guarantee a kill on this guy? Yeah. The only good solution to the trooper then is to do this. Pulling back is so catastrophically hard to do and weak that I don't want to do it. I'm going to take my chance on killing the stun lancer. If he lives, it's going to suck for us, but there's really nothing I can do about it. Doll Eyes best position, probably here. Seething Orca's best position would then be back here. First things first, let's see if Thunder Golem just has the situation handled. Jesus, he didn't kill it though. He low rolled the damage and got the +1 damage crit. We reload with our bonus action. I can't see it from up here no matter what. Maybe I want this position on my Marauder. Honestly though, there's probably enemies coming this way. I need to reload my gun anyway. I'm going to reload an Overwatch. Titanium Mayhem being here seems like it's just objectively a good thing. This gives more line of sight for enemies to shoot him, so I'm going to stay on the left one, or the right one rather, avoid the left one. Try to take out the stun lancer. Very nice.
Did you see that one?
If they had a shotgun, I wouldn't have had to roll for the damage there, but, you know. Oh, I have a shotgun. Probably should have capitalized on that then, huh? Where is my flashbang in the squad? It's on Thunder Golem. Thunder Golem can move up and throw it if the worst happens. The worst is that this gets punished. Shrapnel Flurry has 4 ablative health and an armor. I'm going to hunker her here to get a good rocket next turn. Doll Eyes. Now you're just moving for flanks. You get to do whatever the hell you want this turn. This Advent Heavy could never get a flank on this position, unless it was a suicide flank. Same for the Trooper. Oh, but right in that position you can pull through the door. That was, ooh, that was close. All right, yeah, we want to stop way before then. I wasn't even thinking about it, but maybe this... I just want to do it to check now. What's the edge of vision from here? Okay. Yeah, we were never seeing that door anyway. Shrapnel Flurry's move could have pulled, maybe. I'm surprised we don't have more line of sight to that door. It must just be like as far as line of sight goes, basically. Which is good to know that one door to the next is basically line of sight distance, that is the case. No chance of a kill here. However, what's my combat protocol hitting for these days? Only 3, because she's a squatty. Damn. I'm going to reload my gun so I can move and shoot next turn. If I overwatch, I'm just going to miss. Kind of a foregone conclusion there. Move up on Seething Orca, take an Overwatch with her. That just leaves Toaster. She needs to get into a much better position. There kind of aren't any available. I'm going to move... There's no flank coming from the top. I'm going to take this high cover and reload. Actually, maybe I should Overwatch in case they come this way, or just run into the vision somewhere else. And then next turn I can reload if I need to. Reloading now is just wasteful. I'll take the Overwatch. Sectoid up top. Mind Control and Shrapnel Flurry is the thing I'm worried about. That's not what I'm worried about at all. I can kill that with the flashbang if I have to, but I probably have the drop and kill on the Sectoid somewhere. Yeah, I have Shrapnel Flurry set up for the perfect rocket there. Nice hit from Seething Orca. Shame it didn't kill, but still good job. I didn't realize we had soldiers back there. Right, the pod deployed really split up. Okay, so we have a Purifier way in the back. We have a Trooper possibly flanking somebody here. Yeah. Sorry about that, Titanium. You're gonna be in the hospital for a while, man. I just didn't realize there was even a high ground here that was accessible. Really sorry about that, Titanium. That second one wasn't a flank shot, so don't feel bad about that. This pod's in vision now. A lot's happening. I thought in my head that they deployed backwards in this direction. I didn't realize they went here, and then it curved around to just like an open flank area that they could get. Yeah, I just really misunderstood the map. I didn't realize this area existed. I'm glad it was Titanium Mayhem and not Shrapnel Flurry. Not to be inconsiderate, but like, woof, that could be a lot worse. Shrapnel Flurry is a way more valuable soldier. Titanium Mayhem is one of my dime a dozen squaddies. So this rocket, which was looking hella juicy a second ago, is now only safe if I can take the high ground from them. The Purifier doesn't count. He's not actually on the high ground. He's a joke. But I need to get up here and see what's happening with regards to other possible flanks. I was thinking I was in full cover towards that with lightning reflexes. I was only one of those things. I need to be a lieutenant to have lightning reflexes. Alright, up here, I've got eyes on the striker. Let's take preview movement there. I'm pretty sure he is a potential flank for Shrapnel Flurry right now. Oh, he is not actually. Yeah. Alright, so Shrapnel Flurry is safe. The flank isn't possible this time for real. No one's dying, I promise. I think my safest position is to drop here. If I could... No, because the full striker could flank if I moved further up, so it's not even a problem. I think this is my safest position. I might get lit on fire by the Purifier a little bit, but it's not a big deal. Alright, Toaster, what do you have eyes on? The Purifier is not a big deal. The Stun Lancer is a catastrophically big deal. Losing Titanium Mayhem is really hurting my action economy here. If this rocket were to land... I have to move it further this way, I think. Even though, like, this is so good if it goes exactly where I tell it to, it can't drift away from the sectoid. The sectoid has to drop this turn, I think. There are 3 directions it can go where it still gets the sectoid. I think I go for this. I think this is the thing to do with Shrapnel Flurry this turn. It's sketchy, but what was that? That was like 4 tiles drift in this direction. It didn't hit anyone but the sectoid? That's wild. Well, that didn't sort things out at all. Things are thoroughly unsorted. I might need to move up with Thunder Golem somewhere and throw a flashbang, but I don't think I can even get it where I want. Okay, I can if I just get a better position. I think I have to deal with this Psy Zombie the hard way or just get hit for 3 to 5. I got a full cover position here I can take. Shot on the Psy Zombie at 85. Gross. I really wish you guys were more accurate, I'm gonna be honest. First things first though, do I even have the grenade that I need? Because I don't have to kill it if I get the sectoid. I can't get a grenade to the sectoid. That's so sad. If only you had a stronger arm. I got the same shots on Chimera as I do on Toaster. And we're like fresh out of grenades on almost everyone, so Chimera's just gonna run forward and chuck his grenade. Because he and Toaster are the only ones that have any left thanks to our disguises. The Purifier doesn't have to die this turn, the Stun Lancer does. The Stun Lancer represents just like so much disruption to my plans, he has to go down. 90%, I have to suppress if I miss and try again. Alright, very good. I can just suppress the Purifier. It's the only thing available, may as well do it. Toggle my fire discipline up to 66%. If I don't have a 66% shot, I'm not going to take it, so I won't fire until he gets out of cover. Now, all that's left is these 3 rather. I'm going to use these 2 assault rifles, I think, to kill this, and Combat Protocol to take out the heavy. Let's get it done. Combat Protocol and the Psy Zombie is more important if someone misses their high percent shot here. That second use of point blank did have a use in the end. Not happy about that. Okay, I think that was fine then. Let's go ahead and get that heavy out of here. First time all campaign we've had to actually brute force our way through a zombie. We've still got 8 active, but everyone is pretty much in high cover. This time, for real, there are no flanks possible. We won't be having another Titanium Mayhem situation on our hands. He's mind controlling the man with the flashbang grenade. And succeeding. I really hope my assault's in range of that. And the Purifier can make it irrelevant if they are. Let's see what that does. A fucking lot. Shrapnel Flurry, how are you doing? Fine. Not that they could ever kill Shrapnel Flurry anyway with all of that defensive padding. That's good at least. That could have made things go from awkward and kinda bad to catastrophically bad. Wayward Traveler dodging death again. I wasn't thinking about the single target incendiary grenade. I thought the Purifier would just waste his turn like he always does. Alright, that's good at least. That's very good. Trooper has a shot on somebody. Shrapnel Flurry barely cares. Even if you hit, it does nothing. Gotta love combat engineers. Okay, I have to heal you this turn is what I just heard. It might be that the only thing I can do here is just run to a position that Seething Orca can get to and heal. Oh no, I can just run out of line of sight and hunker down, I guess. I can just like go here and hunker. That really depends on what the Striker can do. Because we do need to deal with the Striker, we need to deal with the Sectoid. The Striker has a lot of movement, they can get to here very easily. But they can't get to the other side, so I could run here and hunker, provided we have ways of dealing with the Purifier and the Sectoid this turn. You'll notice that these are really big ass that I'm talking about. There's no way that we can do this sort of stuff easily. Toaster cannot shoot right now. Only has a single snake in vision and her gun is empty. So let's see if we can't get a grenade over to that snake and that Sectoid. I'm pretty sure that we can't. We've got a grenade here, it just doesn't impact the Sectoid the way I would like it to. We're still gonna take it because it's the only relevant thing Toaster can possibly do right now. Now, I've been building up heat on this character. I should have a pretty good Ripjack. And we're looking at 96% to kill. We do have to pull an Overwatch first. And we're just gonna be here in the open. The Purifier could just walk up and blast Wayward again with birding. If I move in that direction, but I mean, I guess here is where I would want to do it. Let's preview moving on the Striker again. I'm pretty sure it's not actually safe. Yeah, because he can just jump out and shoot me. Wait, can I slash the Sectoid from here? I can slash the Sectoid from here. I'll be able to take a move from that position to something like here. Seething Orca, how far can you get? We fucking figured it out! Oh my god! Adrenaline Rush, you godsend. Okay, the Heavy here has the Overwatch, but that doesn't mean they're the one that has to die. I just have to pull the Overwatch. I can move to here, and that's precisely what I'll do to pull the Overwatch. 4 Blade of Health, 1 Armor, what are you gonna do about it? A 13% shot is definitely not the answer you need. Got an 88 to kill there, a 70 to kill there. What's my flamethrower doing? It's not reaching them both. Very sad, but that's fine. Let's check out the mobility on this play. Get the Sectoid out of here. 100% take him down, free the mind control. God, you have to love assaults when they get to shine. Oh, isn't Wayward Traveler in a lot of danger here? What's the plan? That's a good question. Let me go move him. I'm way more concerned with that. We're gonna go right back over here. We do need to deal with this Viper, of course. However, over here on Seething Orca, activate Adrenaline Rush.
I'm coming for you.
Come save a life. Get in there. Fix this nightmare. Use your one and only medkit to keep this man unkillable. Wayward Traveler, you have lived through so much. Now here, rather than going for the Sectoid, I can take my chance on the Viper. 6 to 7 is not as good as I want it to be. We have a shotgun chip on Shrapnel if it comes to it. We probably have... Alright, that's very nice. I was gonna say, between the 40% crit and the 50% damage roll, we have good odds to not need shrapnel on this. Oh man. I do need to clear out these soldiers a little bit. We can flashbang them this turn, though. The Purifier shouldn't really be in range to do anything. Dull Eyes can take a wound if I need to. I can just, like, take this flank. No. I got a Striker back here. I've got a Striker back here. Some flanks are not safe. Right now, no one's been moved in any fashion that could be called suicidal, so that's a good start. That was your grenade at the start of this. We have Dull Eyes, Thunder Golem, Shrapnel. What's Shrapnel up to? I take my higher chance to kill here. That's the end of it. Good.
Impressed yet? Running dry.
Shrapnel can move here, or Dull Eyes rather, but she dies to the flank from the Striker. It's a suicide flank though, right? He would have to run out here in the open. His ult, no, because he could get here, have covered everyone except his target. They're usually willing to do that. The Striker shouldn't be able to reach here, just barely. And then I'm going to aid protocol these two that are in half cover to keep them in smoke and defended, especially with this trooper having a possible flank on them. He probably won't take it because it's flanked, but I don't know that's the case. Now here, I'm safe. I can actually take shots. They are miserable shots, though. What I would like to do is move and overwatch, but this is a death tile. We've learned that. Wish I had noticed this balcony before I got someone killed, but it happens. I really feel like I just overwatch here. I can move forward to half cover that isn't very safe and flashbang these two. But honestly, I think I just move over like this, and I overwatch. Alright, this turn probably goes better than the last one.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Yeah, you can light like one person on fire or just double move, that's fine. Oh, there's just a hole in the wall there. That's why you're able to reach here so easily. And you're kind of flank here, actually. I'm really sorry about that, Dull Eyes. You guys are just taking suicide flanks, aren't you? Holy shit. So, this position, you can delude yourself into thinking is safe. This man, I guess technically, right now, he isn't flanked. The AI legitimately believed that those were safe moves. Alright, fair enough. I wasn't thinking about Dull Eyes being flanked when I moved her. I just was so distracted by this being flankable. She's bleeding out. Unlike Titanium Mayhem, she'll be on a team again someday. Because we will finish this within the next 4 turns. Shrapnel Flurry, can you pull an Overwatch for us? Because, I mean, it really is your job. Sorry to tell you that. Once again, no chance to hit, not that they would even wound me if they did. A max damage roll doesn't even do anything. Now get out of here. You have caused me far too much grief. Gotta take the reload here. My one shot is on you. I don't think I have grenades to destroy cover anymore. Shrapnel Flurry has demolition, but can't really make use of it. I can probably run and gun to the high ground and finish him off with a shotgun blast.
Fire position. Location confirmed.
I'm just assuming that my skirmisher and my medic are somehow able to take out those 2 enemies. Let's wind it back a hot second. You have no line of sight to anyone. Great start. Excuse me? Why is my Ripjack only 76 here? Because he's in the smoke. Oh, that's not good. I'm probably going to have to suppress the heavy. Now, to get a flank on this, I would want this piece of cover.
Okay, I'll go.
Suddenly, these guys are probably not dying, and I've made mistakes, but, I imagine we can kill at least... Okay, good. We killed that one. We can suppress the other one if we have to. It's only an 81% chance on the Ripjack, so I may as well stay further away from him in relative safety. and take this shot. Good job, Guilty Chimera. You might actually be MVP despite the relentless trash talking you received before this mission. I was wondering if she was next to the corpse of Doll Eyes and could blow up on her, but he can't. Well, that's not what I wanted. Well, what else am I doing but taking the shot? I guess I can suppress. Yeah, let's go over to 66% fire discipline and double suppress the guy. Encourage him to stay right where he is and let us flank him and kill him. Hop over here, take another suppression. What's my discipline here? 33, up that to 66, please. The moment he moves, we're gonna waste him. I would recommend hunkering. Cool, very good suppression. Thank you for that. I'm glad I suppressed the guy. I don't even need to be near him at shotgun ship range. Just shoot him. Just get him out of here. And let's get out of the mission before Doll Eyes bleeds to death.
Only the best. Positive confirmation. Area secured. A great distance.
Copy that.
We'll end it next turn. What a mess. Okay, I was playing pretty well up until the Titanium Mayhem flank to this. I'm not sure what I do with Shrapnel Flurry and Titanium Mayhem if I'm aware of this flank. Those were the only ones in danger. This was a big problem. And then the Doll Eyes flank, I think there was only one position deemed safe here, so if I had smoked here and had Doll Eyes somewhere else, they would have gotten one flank shot against smoke, and the other guy would have had to take a normal shot. So Doll Eyes was just positioned badly here. I'm not sure what other positions were open for her. Like this side of the high cover was open. Yeah, that was real bad. Whoops. I was just still in the mindset of we're fighting this way and wasn't paying attention. I was so hyped about the assault medic play to get to here that I just positioned her wrong. That's all that was. She's alive though, which is really, really good. Titanium Mayhem is way more expendable than her. Let's get the hell out of here. Definitely could have went better, but also I guess it probably could have went worse. As far as major wounds and deaths go, those are amongst the better people for it to happen to. Like I was saying earlier, we need more space on the Avenger. We just didn't really want to get it this way.
Down and the area is secure.
It's still good to have multiple wounds and a death on the team. I don't know if I agree with that. Titanium Mayhem going out like a chump didn't really get much done. Also, worth noting, he's probably dead, and Doll Eyes is probably wounded because of these civilian disguises. They give you a 50% chance to take 1 extra damage every time you're shot. So yeah. Anyway, Shrapnel Flurry doing decent work, 3 kills, 21 damage, good shot accuracy. Gothic Toaster doing really good work, best showing from a Marine we've ever had, 5 kills, 33 damage, never missed a shot. Doll Eyes didn't deserve any of that. That was just really bad play from me. Seething Orca having the sickest medic play of the campaign so far, and also having good shot accuracy and decent damage and kills to boot. Wayward Traveler earning that MVP, 5 kills, 43 damage, never missed a shot, moving everywhere. If we've got an award for it, we gave it to him. He's too old for this shit. He ain't got time to bleed. What's too old for this shit? Highest ranked soldier who experienced more grief than a lower ranked soldier. Yeah, you could say so. Leaf on the Wind ran the most Overwatches despite not being the person who should have been doing it. Yeah, good job. You earned it, man. Thunder Golem. His shot accuracy and kills make it look like he didn't do much, but that 35 damage is actually pretty impressive. He had a really strong showing, especially for my Marines. Guilty Chimera. Now, all those red numbers are alarming. You did miss half your shots. You did miss every Overwatch I gave you. But counterpoint, 32 damage is kind of a lot. 3 kills is more than some people on this mission. He was not weighing us down. Bit of a sloppy mission, more than a bit sloppy, but I'm okay with it. I'm not too upset with that result. If it had been Doll Eyes that died, that would be a much bigger deal. I only have 3 tech specialists. I'm just assuming I'll find more during later mission rewards. A Squatty Sapper might be the single least valuable soldier that I have left on my entire roster. Now that I know there's a 50% chance to take extra damage if you're wearing the civilian disguise, I'm probably not going to be sending any more casual style missions, which means I probably have more civilian disguises than I'll ever need. I guess if we have something with the Lost or the Horde, I'd be willing to do it, but other than that, I wouldn't take the chance. It's a lesson learned the hard way. Do I want this one? Is this good?
I
Yeah.
think we need more dead aliens to get the effect we're going for.
You shut the hell up, Shen. I tried my best to kill more aliens. Doll Eye's out for a solid month. Congratulations on low profile. Next time you'll have way more cover for me to choose from and I'll still get you flanked for no reason. Let's go check out our other stuff. Wildcats, plus 1 HP, Illyrium Core, Speed Loader, Expanded Magazine, Exalt Ships. The Shard Gun is really nice, that's their shotgun. The Scatter Mag still sucks. The Weapon Fragment is useless, and once again, one of them just didn't drop a weapon. Kind of weird. Bunch of corpses, expanded fuel tanks, advanced Sentinel Frame. That's very good. Sectoid Corpse, Viper Corpse, Sentinel Frame again. Got some intel, got a rumor. Chance to panic than missing a shot, huh?
Call-ins these days. But if
Well,
we did,
at least that one's very easy to control.
polar aliens.
So Thunder Golem and Guilty Chimera are a possible bond pair now. I'm gonna wait to bond them till I can send them on a mission, but I'm probably making that bond. And also, they both got promoted. Here, we're gonna be taking Pin 'em down for sure. Having our suppressions just cripple the enemy completely is incredible. Now, coming over to my Skirmisher. Since upgrading him, I've realized that I actually didn't want to take anything on this rank. It turns out that if you don't get this rank, unlike a normal soldier, then you can just save the AP and buy stuff in the future. Now, the stuff on this rank I actually don't care about. I would just take reinforced cabling and be done with it anyway. Reducing the cooldown on grapple and separating out the abilities is very nice. And now that he's reached Sergeant, he's also going to pick up a Justice ability, which lets him pull people to him and then punch them. Very nice. But this next rank, Heavy Hard Points, Explosive Action, and Remote Start, those are all insane. And honestly, I understand if this upsets you, but I have learned the game works differently than I thought it did, and I really don't like skirmishers, and I think I need to give them every chance they can to impress me. So I'm just going to fix a mistake here. I'm going to use a console command to rebuild this soldier, and I'm just not going to buy Adaptive Alloy Plating. I think this man has literally never been wounded, so it has no impact whatsoever on the way the game has went so far. It just lets me give him a more honest try later on in the ranks. Because I would never take anything here. Intimidate's so specific, it's not good enough. Skirmisher gives me 1 mobility, which is not enough for an entire perk. And the point of regenerating armor is nice, but I don't want this soldier constantly getting shot anyway. It's possible that later in the campaign, I'll be like, oh, this is actually really important on a Skirmisher, but the way I view the game now, I shouldn't have taken this, and I really want to try to give Skirmisher a chance to impress me. Big shout out to Shiremech, whose additional soldier console commands mod is the reason I was able to do this. We've reset, we have our AP back, we're taking reinforced cabling, we will not be taking alloy plating this time. And editing, I'll check, I'm pretty sure I had 13 AP last time, which is exactly what I should have had because alloy plating took 15 of 28. And this will give us more AP to spend next time when we get to a rank where we actually want the perks. Remote Start is sick, Explosive Action lets us get an additional action to move and then shoot twice and actually use Marauder, even though Explosive Action is like not really action economy in the long run, it's doing nothing really. By letting you Alpha Strike more, it's letting you capitalize on Marauder more on the turns it matters the most. And Heavy Hard Points just says have a rocket, which is probably a good thing. Now, there is one last thing. We need to head down to the Memorial. I have all Armor Avenger mod installed. What are you doing, Resistance Radio?
Advent Burger, the place for meat.
Okay, now that the Advent Burger ad is out of the way, I've got the All Armor Avenger mod installed, and that means that everyone's actually like walking around doing their stuff. You got Mirrorface, the bartender. You got these bondmates over here, or soon to be bondmates, talking and drinking together through their helmets. You know, it breaks immersion a little bit, but I prefer them in their armor. Even if now that I'm in the bar, I see the immediate problem. The reason we're here is to get a fallen soldiers, 2 kills, 2 missions, several additional covert ops, but those don't really count. Let's change his epitaph. By which I mean, let's give him one. That balcony came out of nowhere, man. I mean, that feels right. I don't have anything more to say about the most expendable soldier we've had, but it is sad that he's gone. Oh, he was bonded with Doll Eyes. They almost went down together. Not bonded, but able to. They had very high compatibility. They were both big fans of getting flanked and murdered. So I'm gonna be honest, that has me worrying about Big Money and Blind Alpha's future since they are also apparently friends with Titanium. Okay, let's hope that things start to look up from here. That was supposed to be the end of the fatigue spiral, but all those wounds might change it. We need to go get that scientist. We have 7 ready. Let me go look at my wound count again. New infiltration mission. How many days do we have to do that? So apparently a covert op finished like as we were going on that mission. We have 3 days to start it. What's our armory looking like? How many soldiers are actually available? I really don't want to do Templar scanning right now. I want to just let everyone heal as the month winds down because we've been through the hard part. We have 20 hours to maybe get these people back. 38 hours here. 4 days here. 4 days on all of these guys. 5 here. Skipping out on the Templar HQ does suck a little bit, but the only soldier with a really long wound time that has me worried is Doll Eyes, and I can live with that. So I am going to skip out on scanning at Templar HQ. We need that scientist, but we're already most of the way through resistance contacts. We're going to finish that up first.
Avenger plotting new course.
Getting off of Templar HQ right now is a little bit sketchy. We might have a problem if an assault mission pops, but I'm hoping we don't get any more assault missions.
I think you will find our
The Advent mech has been broken down. Let's see what that gets us. We can make a better Gremlin. We can make the kinetic strike module for our mechs. The big thing is that it's unlocking a lot of stuff. Blue screen protocols, Gauss weapons. The upgrade PCS stuff is nice, but not while we're here. The big thing... Oh, there's so many things being told to me, aren't there? You inspired plated armor, you madmen! We also have several instant things. Instant researches do not ruin your Inspire. So we'll take the instant restart on Exalt ship decryption. That's going to let us build combat ships. Very, very nice. So we can build a basic PCS now. We can build an autopsy for the Sunlancer instantly. That's actually great. I was putting this off, but it's very, very good. It gives us the upgraded melee weapons. Does it also give us an upgraded spark shield, actually? Or is that under the armor tech? Or it's under the armor tech. Good. We also have the instant upgrade on the Purifier, which gets us a flame canister. It already shoots fire. What does the flame canister do? And it also gives us the reinforced underlay. Oh shit, all vests provide an extra 1 health. Suddenly vests looking a lot better, especially with a mod that turns vest health into ablative health. Might consider making some. You'll notice I built no nanoscale vest whatsoever. Let's assign the research now. Plated armor, inspired, 11 days. Absolutely amazing. Now, if we go to build items, we go over to nanoscale vest. It cost 15 supplies and 2 trooper corpses. I thought it cost an alien alloys, which is why I didn't make any of them. So, never mind. I'll shut up. I guess I could have made some of these at some point. They do cost a good chunk of supplies, so now that they're better, I might consider building a few, but I understand why I haven't been building them. I needed that money earlier on. It's less essential now, but I have a lot of armor and weapons to build soon, so I don't think I can afford them now either, honestly. There are mods out there that make you just start with infinite nanoscale vest, and I'm not turning it on, but I'm seriously considering installing it because I've never, ever felt like the correct decision was to spend my resources getting nanoscale vest. Anyway, let's continue scanning. Covert Ops about to finish. Oh. This month just keeps on coming, doesn't it? Let's go do the ambush. The Lost are here. We've got to emergency extract whoever was on this mission. This isn't a real mission. We should be in and out pretty quick, because we're either going to be running for our lives or dying instantly. Either way, it shouldn't take long. Point being that we're going to have this mission in addition to our normal mission this time around. Hey, so I actually did play through this like 10-minute mission and comment through all of it, but I think what I'm going to do in the future is just play them as quickly as I can and then let you watch a sped up version of it, because honestly, they're real boring. I think unless an ambush mission goes horrifically wrong or gets played really unusually for some reason, they're not really worth commenting or watching. Like, this is 10 minutes of footage where most of it is me explaining why what I'm doing is perfectly safe while I watch Advent fight the Lost. And if they weren't fighting the Lost, I'd just watch them ineptly wander around and able to catch me. Ambush missions are good in terms of what they theoretically add to the campaign, but honestly I find them so boring that I think most of the time I'm just gonna like put something together in post-commentary with me talking over it, the official soundtrack in the back. What you're hearing over the 3x sped up footage of my turns during the ambush mission is the Tactical Legacy Pack's OST for Advent Burger Remix. I just sort of threw a dart at the soundtrack, didn't really pay too much attention. Because man, like trying to look at this and edit it and looking at my like nearly 2.5 hour raw footage, this is a really obvious cut. Anyway, I'm hoping the ambush mission is wrapping up about now. This is Low Energy Editing Nick, signing off. I'll get back to past me. Alright, that ambush was a bit of a waste of time, but the good news is we reduced the avatar progress by 1. It's nice to feel like that's to any degree in check. We also have a great combat engineer back and just another person on the Avenger in general. They are tired, of course, because no one's ever really ready, but that's fine. We have +1 resistance contacts now, that's great. We're gonna go get started on this scientist. I think we're almost done with our next mech, which is great news. It would be better news if I were allowed to use Fortress, so I might save it once we have our next mission and do the prep for that mission then, because I'm going to be messing with mods to see if I can make Fortress feel more balanced. Pioneers are just a bit too much. Created a new Spark. Assign a new project, of course. First, we have Spark 702, who is this. Come on, let's see his picture. That is Exalted Citadel. Now, we can do a couple of things. We can get blue screen rounds, but we don't really see robots enough for them to matter yet. We don't want to get the Skulljack, because the Codex would be a terrifying thing for us at this point in the game. We're just not ready for it. We can't even use PCSs yet. Advanced Chem Thrower upgrades, not really interested. Now, I can't recall for sure whether or not you can actually even get a rocket launcher slot on Pioneers. I want to get this, I'm just not convinced it actually does anything. For now, I'm going to keep working on experimental ammo types. Unlock Dragon rounds, Talon rounds, Venom rounds, and Sabot rounds. I feel like I should have already gotten Dragon rounds, but maybe I got that from somewhere else, like an experimental, yeah, that's what it was, It was a Covert app that gave me an experimental ammo. So I still have to actually unlock them. For now, I'm going to keep working on experimental ammos. Between videos, when I start working on figuring out the mod setup and seeing if I can nerf Pioneers in a way where I feel good about it, I'm also going to see if this actually affects them in any capacity, but for now, just keep working on experimental ammo to be doing something. And also, we can take out this engineer. She was only there because we needed this Spark as fast as possible. Now that we're not building soldiers, she can go work on the infirmary, which is sort of like rebuilding soldiers. Now, coming down to the bottom, we have a new Spark. Everyone say hello to Exalted Citadel. He is very shiny. Again, originally I just planned on making a bunch of Pioneers, but now that I realize I'm going to be sending him on missions with Pioneers over and over again, I don't want 2 Pioneers on the same mission. And since I might not be allowing myself to use Pioneers, I really don't want to be a Pioneer, so we're going to be taking an Infiltrator. I'll talk more about artillery in the future. For now, they are a long-range squad sight, sniper rifle, and explosive class, and they really don't do the same thing as the other 2 mechs. They're not frontline tanky units like these 2 are. Now, I say like these 2 are. The core Spark systems are the same on every mech. Overdrive, Kinetic Strike, and the immunities. Then you get Counter Strike and Reboot at level 2. And at level 3, you get Supernova, Layered Armor, and Redundant Systems. I've already talked about this all before. It's the other stuff that's different. These guys have access to Suppression. They have access to a bit that gives them a lot of abilities. The big one is that they can repair themselves. They don't need a scientist or a tech specialist, rather, to do it for them. It also resets my armor to maximum, whereas a tech specialist needs a perk to kill your armor at all. It has a 1-turn cooldown and more charges depending on the tech level of the bits. And then, of course, we have Bug Outs. I believe that baseline, the only thing your bit can do is repair you, but you get a lot of abilities as you go through the ranks that give you like combat protocol, medical protocol, all the stuff you think of Sparks as doing, or bits rather, tech specialist. They actually have a lot of the support bit stuff, medical protocol and revival protocol, that you think of as the base game tech specialist high-end. So these guys are not as upfront durable as the Pioneer, not at all. However, because they get the ability to repair themselves, their overall health over the course of a mission is actually higher than a Pioneer's. They just can't take it all at the same time. And obviously you can see he has a real gun. That's a huge difference. He shoots people like a normal person. He's the only Spark that does that. We'll talk more about this guy once we get to see him in a mission. For now, let's get started on finding our scientist. Infiltration mission available. So, this is a full infiltration mission. It goes away in 3 days, 6 hours. It reveals a scanning site on the Geoscape. 22 intel is the big thing. That's what I actually care about. Does anything else give me intel rewards? Hunt the Chosen does. We're at 11 soldiers right now. When this finishes, we have another infiltration mission we need to supply. But this is a supply convoy. This is so good. However, it leads from infiltration to assault, which means that it's even more roster stress. Oh no. I still think I send this out immediately. Whereas with this, I'm going to hold off on doing the follow-up as long as possible to see how my roster's handling it. We do need to go do this. I just don't think we have soldiers for it, though. I've been going for a while, and I'm so low on soldiers that the existence of my Pioneer as a soldier I'm allowed to use or not is critically important. Alright, first of all, check out that baby incinerator. I've dropped it from 12 tile range, 8 tile radius, down to 8 tile range, 6 tile radius. It's lost 4 tiles of range, which was a third of its range, and 2 tiles of radius, which was a fourth of that. Way smaller now. However, I'm not wholly happy with this. See, I like iterative change. I don't like just nerfing things. I like making small, minor adjustments, both positively and negatively, to get things in the right place. See the second tile next to me where I only hit the tile 2 tiles in front of me? I don't like that. And I was thinking maybe a much shorter but also wider would make more sense. I'm going to go back into the configs. I'm going to change it to be only 7 tiles long, even shorter than this by 1 tile. But I'm going to change it back to the original radius of 8. It's going to be wider than it is long. So this is the radius that our incinerators are going to be using for the rest of the campaign, probably. They're down to 7 length, which is almost half. They were originally 12, 6 would be half length. I've cut off a huge amount of their length. I've kept their original width, though, which makes them proportionally much wider at the base. You can see right next to me, it fans out very wide very quickly now, and actually is wider before the very tip, which is an interesting quirk of being so short but so wide. And you can see this is how it's going to move around as I slide it. This is a much shorter, more reasonable range. The fact that the Pioneer was just able to get insane Overwatch ambushes all the time at very far ranges, could just like move 8 tiles to the right but stay at like 10 tiles away from the enemy and AoE flank multiple people, like that was the real issue. If the enemy's clustered and you're moving the Pioneer into them, this is fine. This can hit like 6 guys still. You can waste Advent if they're clustered with this. But previously, the Incinerator was just like the most powerful AoE tool we had for damage dealing. I think this is all I'm going to do for my first balance pass, but I'm so happy with just this in terms of fundamentally changing and balancing the Pioneer that I think this might actually be all it needs. It's still going to be an incredible unit, don't get me wrong. But I think the Pioneer and the Reaper are classes where they are so fundamentally strong that the only way they stop stealing the show and being super powerful classes that are competing for MVP in every mission is if you nerf them so badly they just stop functioning and they're not even fun to play or remotely viable. And I don't want that. I'm okay with the Pioneer being one of the best classes. That's fine. Somebody has to. Okay, this is perfect. I couldn't find where to edit the blast canister's range and radius, but it's actually just like a very slightly narrower, longer version of the range I got it set to now. Originally, the blast canister was wildly different from the base incinerator and didn't really make any sense. But the way it is now, even though I haven't edited the range of the blast canister at all, it actually just looks like fine now. I even like this, that like if you're 1 tile out of range, you can consider using your alternate canister rather, to get that little bit of extra range. Then if you need to avoid hitting something right in front of you, you can switch to this as well. I really like the new range. I'm really looking forward to trying this change out. I think it's a vast improvement. Anyway, let's get back to whatever the hell I was doing before I got off on this. Where I left off before modding that Pioneer, we had 10 wounded, 18 tired, 11 on deck, counting 2 sparks. And when we come over to our covert ops, I believe we have a raid supply convoy mission. It gets us the intel we so desperately need. I'm guessing the scanning site is going to be something really good, but it might not even matter because the real reward is this assault that's going to give us so much supplies. Now, the real reward is an assault is not a sentence I like when I'm this deep into the fatigue spiral, especially when not only am I going to be kitting out this infiltration, but I have a rescue engineer finishing in 3 days, and I'll have to kit out that one too. So we have at least 3 more missions in the month from this infiltrate, that assault, and this infiltrate. But I am just gonna keep believing we can do it. And honestly, getting an engineer and a supply raid sounds more important than anything else I could be doing. I can put this off for a little bit, but I think I actually don't want to. If I do this immediately, then when rescue engineer finishes in 3 days, No, it doesn't line up, because I'm going to have to infiltrate this mission. Maybe it's better to put this off a little bit, and then plan out both missions at the same time. In 3 days and 6 hours, 6 expires, and I'll be planning out the other one at the same time. Oh, I have this infiltration mission too! Well, isn't that just the neatest little thing? And it gives, oh my god, so much intel. That's wild. Okay, so we're probably gonna skip this raid supply convoy because it's competing with an engineer and an advent collaborator, and it's 2 missions, and I've already stopped 2 dark events this month and a terror mission. There's just been so much. I think I have to skip this. What if I sent smaller teams? No one's actually ready right now anyway, right? I should be waiting till that mission's about to expire and then filling it, because no one's actually at full will, 34 to 45. It looks like Big Money's fine, and Crying Wolf is fine, but literally everyone else doesn't have max will. So I'm going to scan until that first mission's about to expire, and then kit it out. For now, though, we're just going to scan here. We're going to get the infiltration expiring warning. And now we have to go do it. Infiltration mission expiring, it's this one, right? Yeah. So, what are we dealing with? Who can we actually send? Not even double digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Is anyone getting out, like, right now? 15 hours, 16 hours, 24 hours, 4 hours. I've got Rogue Wallaby, Mirrorface, Blind Alpha, and Filthy Colossus all coming back on deck right after this. That's really important, because I also want to do this mission. And this mission. And it's obviously not possible, but I'm trying. And the important thing here is when you look at this stuff, you can see infiltration to assault on convoy, infiltration to infiltration here, covert action infiltration here. I know I've got 3 infiltration missions and probably no assault coming up. So I'm actually going to send a 6-man squad with 2 Sparks to go capture the Advent Collaborator. And everyone else is going to be wearing the Infiltrator disguise to speed it up, because the Sparks are going to slow them down quite a lot. I think this is the way to get the most possible work done out of my squad. And the fact that I need to do nonsense like this is specifically why I wanted to go sort out my mod problem with the Pioneer before I moved forward. Because yeah, I need everyone. I'm sending out a 6-man team. It's madness. And I'm not just sending out any 6-man team. I'm sending out the worst 6-man team. The 4 other people on this team are just gonna be random filler garbage. We've got Dead Titan, whatever the hell they're getting promoted to. We all know which 2 classes are available. I think I'm gonna send Slasher Hulk and Lead Coffin, and then whatever I have more of out of Sappers and Combat Engineers. Oh, I've already got a Sapper, so probably a Combat Engineer. But that's also probably what Dead Titan is anyway. But this is the fastest mission we're gonna have going in and back out to build bond on these 2. On the Commander's Choice screen, we're at 7 Sappers, 8 Combat Engineers. So congratulations, you're the new Titanium Mayhem. May he rest in peace. And that obviously means that our last soldier will be Combat Engineer Crying Wolf. Hopefully Dead Titan doesn't live up to her name. Hopefully she does not go out the way that Titanium Mayhem did. Let's put these people in the correct gear. They're taking civilian disguises. We need to go quick today. I think I give them the best gear we've got. No, I don't. They've got 2 Sparks. They'll be fine. So you can't rotate their enormous guns when you're looking at the mods, which is kind of obnoxious. I think I just want more accuracy here, but it doesn't take scopes. Or am I out of scopes? Yeah, it takes scopes. I just don't have any available right now. I should maybe press the button. Make upgrades available. No one's on missions. I should also unequip the barracks in general. Yeah, there's our scope. It could use all the aim it can get. The incinerator is going to be taking a fuel increase. Let's throw it on. Plus 20 to crit on flanking shots. I don't feel like you're supposed to work. Maybe you are, because it's also on melee attacks. I just get the impression this isn't supposed to work on Sparks, and I'm going to go ahead and not use it. But it could be intentional. I just don't feel like it ever is. Alright, so this team has double Sapper, Combat Engineer, Templar, double Spark. It's pretty aggro. We're leaving out the last 2 because we just need men. This mission should be back before any assaults pop because all the assaults happen after this mission. So I'm sending out the sparks to bolster my ranks. If we finish this mission, that's enough intel for 2 more regions. That's huge. It's only moderate in difficulty. I think it's gonna be tough, but I think they can do it. I think I should give the Exalt Shard Gun to Lead Coffin. I think they need everything they can possibly get. Wait, I can make the better Shard Gauntlets now, can't I? Because I got instant research on my, yeah, I can, because I got instant research on Stun Lancers recently. I'm gonna make the Tempest Gauntlets, because they need all the help they can get. I'm also going to make a Gremlin Mark II. And the Gremlin Mark II is actually for the Spark. That'll give him more charges of repair, and they may well need it. The Tempest Gauntlets, take him out for a spin. Oh man. Do I want to make a better mag pistol? No, I'm not firing that thing. If I'm firing that thing, I've had a terrible turn and things aren't going well. It's not the best, but it's something. It gives him enough aim that I can really reliably take shots here. So they all have different ways of having good guns. I definitely think Dead Titans is the worst, but that's why they have it. This could be madness. This could be campaign suicide. Something I haven't really gotten into is that these optional slots are actually a lot easier to skip out on with an 8-man squad. In a 6-man squad, it's a third of your squad, and adding them only costs you 6 people worth of time. However, in an 8-man squad, it's only 25% more soldiers, and it costs you 8 soldiers worth of time. So I actually think that the opportunity cost of bringing 6 soldiers instead of 8 is much lower than it would be in a 6-man campaign. And I think this is safe, especially with the soldiers I'm bringing. It's a very, very aggressive team. But I think it's what we're doing. I believe in this strategy. I'm really hoping this isn't campaign suicide because it's what we're doing.
My followers will appreciate the support of your
Let's keep this stress beacon going. We're gonna have another infiltration very soon. Capitalist Prodigy's ready to go. Rumble Peacock is unfortunately wounded. 25 supplies. Next mission in the chain unlocked. You'll get your promotions when you actually go on missions. Now, Supply Convoy is done in 20 hours. We're gonna have to do that soon. And Rescue Engineer has 3 days left. So let's look at the Supply Convoy now. This is again an infiltration mission, but I don't think I have the soldiers available on this one to go crazy and only take 6 men. I think these people are of much lower quality. Looking at this, I can actually bring an 8-man team that doesn't go under Sergeant. That's exclusively higher ranking soldiers. That's pretty wild. Now, I do have another mission coming up. I can't just forget about that. So I've done the math several times now. When it comes time that I have to send this mission, I will only have seen 15 soldiers. The ones going on the supply convoy, plus the ones here, is potentially 16 soldiers. I will only have 15 by the time that Rescue Engineer is ready. I've decided that nothing can be more important than a supply convoy or an engineer. Those are the most important things I could possibly be doing. So, we're going to kit out a 8-man squad of our weakest available soldiers, or a 7-man squad of our best available soldiers, depending on who's recovering later, because that's the way I want it split. Best soldiers on 7, weakest soldiers on 8, and who goes where is kind of determined by the 3 people who are currently recovering. So looking at my soldiers, the weakest ones are definitely my Corporal Field Medic, my Squatty Marksman, and this rookie Sapper or Combat Engineer right here. I have a Combat Engineer Sergeant back in 19 hours. I have a Combat Engineer Lieutenant back in 24 hours. And who's the last one? This one. I skipped over Steel Guardian, a Sergeant Assault in 46 hours. So I want to send Combat Engineers and my currently available Assault on this mission. Those are some of my best troops with Filthy Colossus and Wretched Phoenix. Filthy Colossus and Wretched Phoenix want to be bondmates. Done. Congratulations. Celebrate that shit. Thunder and lightning, get in there. Now, since those troops are pretty powerful, and everyone who's coming back in the next 24-ish hours is also pretty powerful, I think I'm going to take all of my weakest soldiers that are currently available on the mission. This rookie, this field medic. I've got 2 Marines on deck. Amongst them, who has less experience? That would be Mirrorface. Mirrorface, get in here. I don't want to stack Marines on a mission. I have 2 marksmen available, so I want Final Enigma going out on this mission. Now, looking at this, I've got 3 sappers already on the next mission, and a tech specialist isn't particularly good, so I'm going to make this the 8-man squad with the weaker soldiers. We're going to round out this squad with Big Money and Revolver Ocelot. Give me a hot second. I need to kit these guys out. I need to pick a class for you. I'm pretty sure it's Combat Engineer. There's already a Combat Engineer here, but there's also already a Sapper. Looking at Commander's Choice, we're up to 8 Sappers, 8 Combat Engineers. If I wanted to, I can make this something else, maybe a Tech Specialist, since I only have 3 of those and I'm building more Sparks at this point in the campaign. I keep thinking, you need more base soldiers, and I really don't. I need to avoid stacking Marksmen, Marines, Field Medics basically ever, but the way I'm gonna get more of these soldiers is from mission rewards. Trying to rank someone up to catch up with them now just seems silly. We're gonna stick to our nonsense strategy of making all of our lower ranked troops that we don't want to use Combat Engineers and Sappers. And in retrospect, I really should have just done Combat Engineers because they're the best class at Squad E by a mile. And I really should have realized that. The big thing here is their default 1 armor and 2 ablative health from... It doesn't tell you here what chemical mixtures does because it's the scaling ability with too much detail to talk about, but it starts them off with 2 ablative HP and blast padding, which gives them a point of armor. That means that they can just get shot by a trooper and be fine. Even if they crit, they'll only take a 1 damage wound. Between that and the flamethrowers, I just feel like at base level, these are actually more valuable than Sappers, because Sappers just have the grenade pocket. It doesn't even get extra charges. Plot type small town, it looks like I do want to get out a sniper rifle to get a position on this one. So I'll be taking some bow rounds and also... I was gonna say the advanced bipod, but maybe not. Maybe I still want to save that for a Marine, I think I do. I am gonna take a basic speed loader though, and nothing else on that sniper rifle. Now, with all of these shotguns, I think I'm just going to leave them as base shotguns. I don't really feel like I need to do more than that. I do want a smoke grenade on Wretched Phoenix, though. He's higher ranked. Oh, I got an experimental blade at some point. Holy shit, it's insane. I think I got this for free when I did the Stun Lancer autopsy. I'm going to take the Hunter's Axe here and put the experimental blade on the next assault that goes out. I'm going to take a flashbang as well as a frag on this character. This character's actually killing someone like every turn. He should not have a flashbang. Revolver Ocelot, shotgun, million grenades, done. I could get a second high-end gremlin for big money, but I think I'm low on I can't even do it. I'm out of alloys, basically. Well, I don't regret anything I've built. I'm fine with that. I think that's it for kitting out this squad. They don't have much. We should probably give somebody somewhere a flashbang. I'll make one of my sapper grenades here, not a smoke, a flashbang. If I have another sapper with a lot of grenades, I'll give them one. I do not. My sniper usually isn't in range to throw a flashbang anyway, something I've caught on to. My Marine should probably be close enough to flashbang and not be throwing grenades more than once a mission. So I think this is the way I'll do it. Alright, let's send out this squad. And in a hot second, we're going to set out the last infiltration to get that engineer. And we're going to completely bottom out on troops when we do. I saw a new infiltration mission pop up as like right over here. I'm guessing that's the one that was about the engineer, right? Yeah, it's this. Yeah, I saw a mission about a Reaper associated operative. And I'm a little bit confused because we don't appear to be doing that. In editing, I'll figure out what I missed and try to make sense of it. But I've got no idea what the Reaper affiliated operative is. Let's see what we did this month. Also, shit, the supply drop's not at the end of the month, it's the middle of the month. We might not be able to stop dark events this month because everyone's already busy. So we got 270 income. The aliens have 3 more progress on the Avatar project and an additional facility. We did 7 covert ops. We got 1 rumor investigated, whatever that is. 6 researches done, 6 covert actions, 3 proving ground projects, and an ambush. The 7 guerrilla ops is the brutal thing. I thought this happened in about 10 days. We need to hope that these upcoming dark events are soft because we can't deal with them. We still haven't met Assassin or Warlock. The Hunter, is able to attack us at the Avenger now. And he's trying to get stronger in combat. That's fine. Now, this is fine. Resistance Informant is happening at some point. It's not a big deal. High alert. I don't like that, but I can live with it. I'm not checking the hidden events. The reason high alert's okay is because almost every mission is going to have a sniper on it, which means that we can still scout. We don't need concealment for an ambush. We just need to be able to scout around. I'd obviously prefer concealment. I'd like to stop this, and I would like to stop hidden events. I'm gonna have the intel to make a new connection regardless of whether I reveal this or not. But ultimately, I might not even be able to stop it, right? It might appear in the third region, and I can't stop whatever shows up in a third region. I can only stop 2 of these 3 at random. And then on top of that, I might not have the soldiers to stop it anyway. So these dark events probably just get through, and high alert actually matters a lot. Hidden event could, obviously. Resistance Informant doesn't matter at all, but we're not really able to stop this. In terms of what we're adding, is there anything down here about healing? Insofar as hiring new recruits is healing, huh? I think I'm sticking with what I've got. Weak points will be nice later. I considered inside job. I don't really see a reason to use any of this other stuff. I wish I had more cards and more slots, but this is what we have. We're not concerned with the supplies right now. Rescue Engineer has 16 hours left. If everyone's already here on deck, we may as well send them now. Oh, we should check our sit reps. It's just the loss. It's not a full horde mission. Damn, Shane, that would have made it easier. This is our 7-man squad. A lieutenant and 6 sergeants. Marksman, assault, combat engineer, sapper, marine. After this, we have a lot of people coming back in the next couple of days, though. We have several people who are under 2 days and a lot under 5 days. And that's good, because we need them. This is everything we've got. I know it's 5 weeks or so between terror missions, and we did our last terror mission right after the last supply drop, so I should have about 1 week before we get hit with the terror mission. Which is good, because otherwise we're skipping the terror mission. Alright, 3rd squad getting sent out. Double sappers, frostbomb on Wallaby, double combat engineers, speed loaders on both. Single soldiers of different classes. We've got a marine with a mag cannon and a flashbang. This thing needs a scope on it. It is our last scope. Our assault's got the experimental blade. We should probably put something on his shotgun. I'm considering taking disguises on these 2. I don't need this grenade. I don't need that grenade. It gives me more troops in the long run. Their items really aren't doing much. My combat engineers are so durable that they can probably get away with it as well. They don't need as many grenades as they have. White Wolf, why do you have a grenade pocket? Because concussion grenade said so. That's absolutely sick. Did I just miss that? How did I not read that part of concussion grenades? That's insanely good. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm gonna put on some civilian disguises. White Wolf will be fine. Hulking Cardinal will be fine. They have huge built-in ablative armor and actual armor. My sniper's not in the business of getting hit or even being near the enemy. My assault's a little bit sketchier. I won't be doing it on him, but these other 3 I can shave off hours, and I have to cut every corner I can. Honestly, moderate the lost. I think we can get away with a little bit more than I'm doing here. I think we can get away with a little bit more. I'm going to do civilian disguise on my marine as well. My sappers are the only ones not in it. Okay, so maybe I'm just traumatized and arbitrarily deciding not to put my sappers out there. I'm gonna be honest. Unlike Titanial Mayhem, they made it to Corporal and they got blast padding and they'd probably be safe. I think it's because the Lost are here, but I feel like I can get away with this. I've got 5 shotguns, a marine, and a marksman. As long as I play patiently and pull back, we're gonna be okay. The Lost are not gonna be a problem. Honestly, Hulking Cardinal's not coming. It's 7 days, 13 hours with him. 5 days, 9 hours if we kick him out. That's so much time saved. And Hulking Cardinal's not on the mission now. He's safe to go somewhere else. Real quick question, does he have full will? Because whoever I kick out shouldn't have full will. They should be somebody who can actually heal. Hulking Cardinal is not healing right now. Who can? I could send back Steel Guardian or Thunder Golem, but I feel like I need them for, like, diversity of options. Blazing Bull's getting kicked. Hulking Cardinal get in his slot so that we can actually send the mission. I wasn't expecting this. This wasn't the plan, but 6 people with civilian disguises. I think I'm beginning to get a better idea of how to stop this fatigue spiral. Send them out. Begin the action. Now, there's a lot of stuff here. None of it matters. We literally can't do any of it. Keep scanning at the distress beacon. The workshop is done, and we can get our engineers started on staffing gremlins. That's going to be huge for us. We're going to put Raymundo immediately here, staff 2 gremlins. Now, someone's making the infirmary right now. That's just pointless. Because what we can do instead is upgrade this. We've got the power, we've got the supplies. Staff them here. Now we have 4 automated gremlins. 1 can do this. We're still going to build that faster. We can clear out this at double speed, which is worth doing if we'll have the power afterwards. We are only going to have 23 power here. I don't know how much the GTS takes, but I think like everything takes 3 power. So instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all 3 of them excavating the shielded power coil so I can get a better power relay down there. Once it finishes, I'll leave 1 staffing the shielded power coil, and I'll have the other 2 keep working on this alien machinery. I thought I had 3 engineers. I do. Where's the last one? Oh, my 3rd engineer is manning the power relay, and I literally cannot move them. That's why I couldn't see them on the other drop-down menus. Okay, yeah, they're trapped there. They're never allowed to leave. That's fine. That's great for us. Our infrastructure is getting a lot faster now. We're going to need the money from the supply drop. We have a singular dollar to our name. I would like to pretend that was calculated, but I had no idea how much money I needed. Just that I would get money around the same point in time that I needed it. An assault mission, huh? Gather survivors? No, that's not funny. It delays a dark event. It gets us a corporal assault. Oh, and another one, and a corporal field medic. It's the lost in melee units, but we have no one available. When does this expire? 21 hours. Wait, we have 11? Oh, right, everyone came back. That's right. I'm not really believing we can stop this dark event, but 23 intel and 2 corporals? Sign me up for that at least. Now, real quick, have I gotten my money already? I have it. I'm gonna left click, right click. That gives me the money. That lets me check over here in living quarters. How far away am I from upgrading this? I don't even have enough Illyrium or supplies right now. I just realized our engineers have been counting towards crew. They don't anymore. I was worried we were gonna go over crew capacity, but we're not. We're fine. Okay, we can launch this now. And we're going to. Oh my god, we're launching the first assault of the month? Which dark event is it? High Alert is the one we have to stop if we get to pick. That is insane RNG. Operation Tiresome Dream, let's go. It's like the 5th mission I've set up this episode. I've been in the strategy layer after sorting out my mods for 42 minutes. Yeah, Capture Avid Collaborator is ending in 1 day. It's just short of getting my sparks back. That's really unfortunate. I don't think I'd have sent them if I had remembered that supply drops are like on the 20th of the month and not the 1st or the last of the month like I had thought they were. But it's too late now. Mistakes were made. Let's make the best of the cards we've got. God, 2 more corporals in non-sapper combat engineer classes. That sounds so good. Reaper is at full. We want them getting experience. They're going on the mission. Shrapnel Flurry, 18 candidate, full will, on the mission. Black Cat, 18 candidate, full will. Lightly wounded partner and out for 6 days. Gonna send them then. Skirmisher, I don't like you, but I'm sending a really strong squad and I need to get experience on you to test you out. You did a lot better last mission. We need a field medic. We've got 1 available. That means Seething Orca is coming. And now we're down to Combat Engineer, Sapper, Combat Engineer, Marine, Sapper, Tech Spec. Silent Cyclone, 18 candidate, full will, get on the mission. It's a difficult mission. I think we're up to force level 6, aren't we? Oh no, we're only on 4, holy shit. I thought we were on 5 because we've been seeing mechs. We haven't seen many mechs though, so it might only be like the occasional pod that for some reason has a force level increase, whether it's the mission type or reinforcement mechanics or whatever. Okay, so we're not even on 5 yet. I've been thinking we were on 5. I don't think we have anything to worry about from Savage right now. It just means there'll be more stun lancers. Although, let's be real, that's a horrific statement. I'm going to take the best candidates I've got then, Napalm Blizzard and Hidden Cube. I want the best explosives possible. I'm going to kit these guys out, and I'll get back to you with the end of this marathon episode. There are no weapon modifications left. This is our 4th active squad. We're going to an abandoned plot type. It's the Savage Lost mission. Going to be a lot of melee. We're finally getting corporal rewards. We need this. We need these troops. I'm shocked we have enough to field this mission. I thought we were getting to the end of the fatigue spiral, and then bam, a new month, new missions, 10 days ahead of schedule, all of my plans in ruins. But I think we're still in this. I don't think we're at campaign suicide yet. I think we can launch and win all the missions that are currently infiltrating. We can stop this dark event. We don't stop the other two. The hidden event gets through. Hopefully it's not too bad. We still have people healing on the Avenger. These people might not take serious wounds. I should probably actually give this guy a second grenade. We're real low on utility items. We have 1 smoke grenade left on the Avenger. No weapon attachments. A couple of Exalt Scatter Guns that we refuse to use. That's about it. A smoke grenade, 2 Exalt Scatter Guns. And like, what, 30 bucks? Because we just spent some of our money building this med kit. We are so preposterously broke. We are stretched so incredibly thin. And I think you can probably hear that I really enjoy that, and I'm having a good time. I think that's coming through in my voice. This is what I want out of a campaign. I think that you should always feel like you're right on the edge of a fatigue spiral, and that the risk of the fatigue spiral of actually running out of troops and managing all of that is one of the best parts of an XCOM campaign. Anyways, I've been rather incoherent. I hope that the missions I set up today are actually possible to win. We'll find out all of that tomorrow, when I see you again, knee-deep in the fatigue spiral. I think we're gonna come out the other side stronger for it. I think we're okay. These corporal rewards are going to help a lot. I'm worried Savage means we're gonna get like a squad of 5 stun lancers and take serious wounds, but this squad might be able to deal with it anyway. Anyways, enough rambling. This video has been on way too long. I'll see you in the next one. Rather Incoherent, signing off.